in Hearthstone tonight. Thanks, thanks. Yeah, we'll get in Hearthstone. Yeah, that sounds fun. Actually, I'm just trying to power through some of these questions, but I'm gonna fire up the Hearthstone. I'm just trying to get through the. You know what? I'm gonna put that on my list. So, because that sounds like fun. Thanks, man. Hearthstone. And then let me throw up. Yeah. So we're just trying to address these the top questions because I saw there's over 400 likes on this, and somebody even give it a little award, which is cool. Apparently, it's a thing in Reddit. It's nice. People wrote very nice things. It was super nice. But then I just because I didn't really answer this. I answered this question yesterday. I wrote a long thing about their third question, but I saw all these other people asking or talking about ADHD, and none of those people are probably here in chat. Yeah, that's a great summarization. You're right. There's a lot of interest in your field, but not a lot of access for us plebeians. Yeah. Well said. Well said. Getting warm now, so I'm gonna take my thing off again. Yeah, I know it's kind of ridiculous, and I kind of have a little bit of a opinion about it. There's people in the academic system doing very well financially, and I worked with them. I wasn't one of them. You know, I was a lowly grad student. I transitioned into a postdoc scientist, and then I left because yeah, there's so much. You kind of have to be socially connected. There's a lot of things that have to go for you to actually become a professor. I had good papers, a couple papers. You know, I had good degree pedigree. I've whatever, but that's really not the majority of it. You have to be kind of socially connected stuff. So a lot of the academics, and especially the really high up universities, you should start a podcast about this topics if that's your thing. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I kind of like the visual medium. I could pull stuff up, but maybe it's not. Maybe there's something wrong or bad with the way I'm doing this. But yeah, I'm just trying to knock some big questions out, and then I can talk more casually while I throw up a game or something later. So really, my plan is just to knock out this one question, and then I'll get back to like more tiny questions. But autism, ADHD, and SPD, I kind of would throw it together. So yeah, SPD, autism spectrum disorder. So this used to be an overlap. So SPD is just more generally if you like are really bothered by bright lights, loud noises. I get this sometimes, like when I get over caffeinated. I like migraines kind of run in my family, so I'm always worried I'm going to start getting migraines. It's like it's potentially an attention problem. So down here again, it's potentially the problem with so attention. The way they describe it is like a spotlight of your brain. That's sort of the 101 description or the 501 description if you're in a graduate program. That again, if you have big old, I'm gonna keep drawing this big old fat brain. This thing is trying to upregulate. Oh wow, it's totally off the screen. Okay, let me change the color. Maybe this will be a little more impactful. This is a prefrontal cortex, and it basically what happens mechanistically, because people are asking about fMRI and stuff like that, and those papers are so dense. Like I can read them, and I think a lot of people don't understand too. There's a lot of like phrenology, you know, like neurophrenology, which used to be like 80 years ago. People would look at people's skulls and they'd feel like for little bumps and divots, and they would predict what kind of personality you have, things like that. They're trying to find correlations between the way your skull was shaped and your personality, and obviously that turned out to be pretty heavy pseudoscience later on. And to me, it seems like we've just shifted that with fMRI, like to some extent. I mean, the bad fMRI studies, which there are a lot of, it's kind of like phrenology. They're looking for parts of the brain that light up and associated with these poorly defined concepts.